Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're all well and having a really good day so far. Today's video is a full face using Huda Beauty products and this is the finished look. So grab yourself a drink, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into the video. I'm starting with the Water Jelly Hydrating Primer today and I'm just going to apply that all over the face using my fingers. While that's soaking into the skin, let's talk about foundation, and today I'm using the Faux Filter Liquid Foundation and this is in the shade 200B Shortbread. I'm going to apply that using this 104 Buffer Brush from Zoeva. And I do like this foundation a lot. I wear it quite often when I'm filming. Some people say that the fragrance is too intense for them. You can definitely smell a fragrance, but it doesn't bother me personally. I know that the new foundation stick is fragrance free, so maybe a lot of people will prefer that one if the scent is a problem. But the coverage of this foundation is just amazing. And I have also really enjoyed using these Zoeva makeup brushes. My husband actually bought me the complete brush set for Christmas and I think they're really good. For concealer, I'm using the Overachiever concealer and this is in the shade 08B Cotton Candy. And I'm just applying that under the eye using this concealer brush from Zoeva. I think this is the 142 Concealer Buff brush. And I'm also applying some to the eyelid just to use as a primer for my eyeshadow. But that concealer is really brightening. You can definitely see the difference between this side to the side without. And I'm just doing the same to the other eye. So all over the eyelid, up to the brow bone. I'm also going to apply a little bit to the centre of my forehead, just between my brows, just to brighten this area a little bit, down the centre of my nose, to the Cupid's bow, and also a little bit to the chin. And then back in with my foundation brush just to blend these edges out into the rest of the foundation. For bronzer, I'm using the Tantour and this is a cream bronzer formula. I'm going to be applying that using the Face Sculpt and Shape brush. And I picked this up in the shade Fair. As you can see, it does look quite dark in the pan compared to my skin. Hopefully it'll work out alright on my complexion though. So I'm just taking a little bit of product onto this smaller part of the brush and I'm just going to apply that where I would normally apply my bronzer, and then just blend it out with this bigger brush on the other end. And actually that's not too dark at all, that's a really nice colour. Just going to build that up a little bit more. And I'm trying to keep it quite high on the cheek. I'm just going to place that where I would normally put my bronzer and then go in and buff it out. And just to the other side, again just placing it where I would normally bronze, and when I'm blending it out into the cheek I'm just trying to keep that quite high. But it's blending out really quite easily. And I'm also going to apply just a little bit to my nose. And I'm also going to blend that out. And that's looking really nice so far. I'm really pleased with how that cream bronzer applied. I was expecting it to be a lot darker when I saw it in the pan, but actually it is a really nice shade on my skin tone. I'm going to set all of those cream products now with the Easy Bake powder, and this one is in the shade Pancake. And I'm just setting that with a really nice big fluffy powder brush. This powder is also heavily fragrant, so if you're particularly sensitive to that, then I would probably avoid, but it is a really nice powder. It's definitely set my makeup well, and I think that it has blurred my pores. And I'm just taking some on a smaller fluffy brush just to set that concealer on the eye. I'm going to jump off camera and fill in my brows, and then we'll get started with eyes. For eyes today, I'm using the Naughty Nude palette, and I'm going to start by taking this shade here, which is Juicy, through the crease. So I'm just taking that on a really nice fluffy brush, and I'm starting in the outer corner and just slowly blending that shade out. And that's a really beautiful sort of dusky rose pink, and I'm blending that into sort of the inner part of my eye, and I'm going to lift it up because I think this will open up sort of the inner corner area, and we're going to blend out the edge so it's nice and soft. Next, I'm going to take this shade here, which is the shade Naughty, and I'm going to apply that to the outer corner. To do that, I'm using this petite crease brush from Zoeva. That has got a nice pointed tip, and it's really going to help me get right into the outer corner and lay down that shade exactly where I want it. And I'm also going to take that under the eye into the lower lash line. But at the moment I'm just creating the shape that I want, and we're just going to keep switching between the two brushes. This is the first brush that I used to blend that shade out, and I'm going to use the shade Spicy just to deepen up that outer corner even more. But each time I'm applying a darker shadow, I'm keeping the shadow lower and lower and just blending up into the previous shade. And again, just switching back into that first fluffy brush to blend the shade out even more. Next, I have the Matte and Metals Melted Eyeshadow in the shades Bubble Bath and Champagne. I'm going to use this side, which is Champagne, just to cut out a half crease in that inner corner. So I'm starting right into the inner corner, and I'm just bringing that up onto the rest of the lid. And I'm just gently patting that edge just to blend it out into the rest of the eyeshadow. But that looks really pretty. I really like these metal shades. And I think I'm also going to take that shade onto the lower lash line, just about halfway across. I'm then going to take the shade Desire just to blend that metal shade into the eyeshadow on this part of the lid here. And I'm also going to take a little bit of that Desire shade into the centre of my lower lash line. For liner, I'm using the Life Liner. Now, one end of this is a pencil, which is this side. I'm going to be using that along my waterline here. The other end is a liquid liner, and I'm going to be using that to draw a nice big wing. For mascara today, I'm using the Legit Lashes. This is also a double-ended product. One side is for curling and lengthening and the other side is for volume. I am going to apply my mascara off camera and also some false lashes. Okay, so that's lashes now applied. I'm just going to zoom you in so you can take a closer look at the eye makeup. Really, really beautiful shades. I do think that that metal shadow has made a massive difference. It's just made the eyes pop. For lips today, I'm using the Demi Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade SHEro. And I'm not usually a fan of liquid lipsticks because I find the formula far too drying, but this Demi Matte formula is so comfortable to wear. To complete the look, I'm going to use the 3D highlighter palette. There's some nice powders in here. There's a couple of highlighters, one to highlight the sort of cheek area here, and also a nice blush shade. So to start with, I'm using the shade Ibiza and I'm going to use that as a blush. And then to highlight my cheekbones, I'm taking the shade Santorini. And that is a really beautiful highlighter. I'm sure that you could wet your brush if you wanted a more intense highlighter, or use a denser brush. So guys, this is the finished makeup look, and I have to say I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. I think the skin looks flawless. That foundation does such a good job of evening out skin tone. It completely got rid of my redness. It looks great on camera. It looks good in real life as well. It's probably a little bit heavier to what I would normally wear on a day-to-day basis, but for occasion makeup or for your Instagram photos, I think it's perfect. I do really love the eye makeup. I think that the eyeshadows are of a lovely quality, they blend really well, and also there's a nice colour payoff. I do think that that metal shadow really did make the look though. It just added that pop of shimmer that really brought it to life. I also really liked this eyeliner. I think it's a nice touch to be able to have the liquid option or the pencil. Both of them perform really well. I did like the applicator on the liquid side though. I thought that it was very easy to create a nice winged look. The mascara though, it was okay, it wasn't a bad product, but I wouldn't say that it's anything particularly special to other mascaras that I've got in my collection. Two really nice surprises and two of my favourite products from this look was firstly the Tantour. I think that the colour did initially put me off a little bit. It looked quite intimidating in the pan. I think that I thought that it was going to be a little bit too dark for my skin tone, but as you can see that is not the case at all, and I think that I will get a lot of use out of this product going forward. My second favourite was the Demi Matte Liquid Lip, and as some of you may know, I'm not the biggest liquid lipstick fan. I tend to find them quite drying and uncomfortable to wear throughout the day, but this one is far from that. The formula is beautiful, it's very comfortable, it feels very moisturising on the lips, and also I think that the colour payoff is really nice. It's not patchy at all, it's nice and even. This is a really beautiful lip shade, but a little bit warmer than I was expecting. I think if I was to do this eye makeup look again, I would perhaps pair it with something more cool toned or maybe a nude, but a beautiful lip colour nonetheless. As usual, I'll link all of the products that I've used in today's video in the description box below, just in case you want to check them out for yourself. That's everything for today's video, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know by giving the video a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more videos from me, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because I would love to have you back and join our YouTube family. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you on my next one.